Okay, so please excuse the look. I've been working outside on a new project on the property, but this is going to be my last video from inside the house. And to explain why, whew, we had two structural engineers out this last week or so. One was hired by our insurance company, the other one was hired by us just for an outside opinion. Both came to the same conclusion, and I quote, one said, "A bird would fly in this house and not build his nest because he knew it was unsafe." The first structural engineer came in, cut holes in the floor, found moisture everywhere. I said that in a previous video. Second engineer walked in, looked at the house and said, "No, it's done. Knock it to the ground." So both have declared this house unrepairable, shock, unlivable, and not structurally sound, period, in any shape, form. The first structural engineer basically, in his report, said take it to ground and take off all the subfloor, which the walls are built on the subfloor, and probably the joists underneath are going to need to be replaced, which is the entirety of the house, except for a steel frame underneath that holds it off the ground. So it's pretty much rebuilding a house, so we're waiting to hear what's going on with that. But I'll kind of show you because we just got epic storms 2 nights in a row. I was going to come in here and record yesterday, but epic storm, then epic storm again, and then epic storm after epic storm last night, torrential downpour. It is now about 10 hours or so, maybe 12 after the last rain. So I'll show you real quick, and then there's parts of the house I'm not going to be able to walk in. So we'll go out and go through the other side. So let me flip this around and show you here. So here we are, we're in the doorway, and you can see the holes in the floor, and you can see over there there's standing water. Everything's pretty much soaked. So, and this is 12 hours after the rains quit. So down here, the front room is completely soaked and still hasn't dried out from, last night's rain. There's the hallway. That's the part we're not going to walk down, and here's why. Up there you can see, just in front of me, is the roof is sagging because they left the shingles up there, which both structural engineers had a severe problem with. They said they should have come down immediately. And what's happening is it's breaking the trusses as they sag, which you can see those trusses weren't broke before. So more broken trusses. They've also determined that that side of the house and this side of the house, there's damage to the trusses now as well. So it all comes down. So down that way you can see way down there's some water on the floor. But I'm not going to walk down there because I'm not going to walk underneath that ceiling anymore, or the roof. So that's that. Up above me, right there, you can see gap. There's more sagging, but nothing that seems to be snapping yet. Oh, except that one right there. Never mind then. So yes, this is as far as I'm going. And like I said, it'll be the last video I make from inside the house. So now, let's walk out front. Hi, Oreo. And you get a shot of the pooch. And we're going to walk out here to the other end of the house. On our way, though, let me show you how much rain we got last night. Yes, that is Lake Natty, or Lake Farrington, as it used to be called when my mother-in-law lived here. So 2 days ago, that was completely bone dry. There was no water. And out in the middle now, it's about 3 inches deep. So, yeah, fun. So now we're going to walk around and show you there's more water over there, but we're going to walk through the garage where we have everything kind of piled up that used to be inside of our house. And we'll come in this side from the laundry room. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go very far out here because, again, the roof, as the structural engineer said, is in imminent there's an imminent possibility it will collapse. So there is the hallway, which is the most dangerous part of the structure to collapse, and right there. This is the master, which I'm going to stay on this side because over there is where they broke trusses. And the floor over there is still very wet. And then in here, the floor is very wet over there, which that's as far as I'm going. So that is what's going on in the house, and it'll be the last video from inside the house until it gets knocked down and rebuilt. So there you go. That's what's going on inside the house. Gonna walk back outside now and not go back in there anytime in the near future. So now we're waiting to see what they're gonna do as far as the house goes, with either knocking it down or what they're gonna do. Right now they're doing an estimate to rebuild the house, which is funny and comical because it's going to be a completely new house, so you might as well just bid a completely new house. Sorry I'm so hot and sweaty. It's the humidity out here is ridiculous after the rain, and it's got to be upwards of 100 degrees or so. Not really sure at the moment, but the humidity is high, so instant sweat. Feels like Florida out here. So once they figure out what they're going to do with the house, we go from there. And then hopefully we'll start videos of new house going up. And you get to see what the progress will be from there. So that's it, folks. House is done. Which we kind of told them from the start, just knock it down because there's no use in trying to save it. But structural engineer finally okayed that and said, you can't fix this, it's unrepairable. Main support structure of the house, the two beams that have been bowing out, are done. Cannot be pulled back together, cannot be repaired. So that's that. Well, have a good one, y'all, and hopefully the next video will have updates for you on what we're doing as far as rebuild.